Hey guys, I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and that your 2025 is off to an even better start. I know mine is. So what are we doing in this park today? Well, today I want to take you on a tour of what is possibly the best park I've ever made. To this point anyway. This park was built in Planet Coaster 1 and I'm showcasing it today because it and all the projects from Planet Coaster 1 will set the stage for what's to come in Planet Coaster 2. I hope you're as excited as I am because this is also the start of my channel's relaunch. It's time to do this thing properly, so let's get started. Alright guys, here we are at the front entrance of Lindenburg. But before we go in, let me give you a quick deep dive on the backstory as it will set the stage for the entire park. So Lindenburg is a charming fishing town that was bought out by the owners of this park. Fun fact, the same owners have created several other parks before this one, so Lindenburg is actually a sequel. You'll notice teasers and nods to other parks scattered throughout this one, so please keep an eye out for Easter eggs, and I'll make sure to point out any that I see along the way. One of the defining features of this park is a waterfront setting. Many of the buildings are set right along the water, and you'll notice numerous boats circling around the island, offering guests stunning 360-degree views. Maybe we'll check it out later today. Alright, now before we get started, I just want to take a moment to shout out some inspiration behind this entrance building, because some of you that are actual real-life coaster nerds like myself will happen to recognize that this is actually based off of Dorney Park's front entrance, and if I remember, I'll make sure to post an image of that entrance right about here. And I really hope I remember to put that in. But either way, I think it was quite simple, it's effective, and obviously with the land constraints I have right here for this little bridge type thing, I had to keep something kind of simple. But I think it works what I need to, and before we get in, I'll deal with the parking lot later. We'll make that last thing. So alright, let's go ahead and start walking on into this lovely little plaza area right here. Now, see, I don't do this like normal entry, like Main Street type of things. I like to keep my park plazas a lot more fluid and dynamic and open. I feel like going for a generic Main Street is like, what was done back in the 70s, and while it is very uniform, I like the parks to feel more original and like their own thing, if that makes any sense. Not to be too harsh or anything like that. Coming from a guy that has traveled around the country, I've seen a lot of different park plazas, and I like the ones that make themselves like stand on their own, if that makes sense. I think I'm actually rambling too much, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling. You'll have to get used to that. I ramble a lot, but anyway, I guess where should we start? I guess since we're right here, I'll go and take a short left here. And right here on this little billboard right here, this is one of the, like, teaser slash, lag. Oh, okay, we're good. But yeah, this is one of the teasers from one of the other parks that are from the past, which have inspired this park right here. And we'll go on to inspire other parks down the line. Because like I said, this park right here and all the projects in Planet Coaster 1 are going to influence the ones I do in Planet Coaster 2, and I have a lot of ideas on how I need to improve them and how I want to make them bigger, and you'll see that in the next couple weeks here as I got some very big projects coming. I just gotta finish. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, I think it's a really simple interior. I didn't want to go too hard on it. I mean, it is a flat ride and it's right on the main gate, so I tried a little bit harder for it, and one of the flat rides in here is this, which I believe is called the Whip, but I actually don't know if that's a ride model or not. If you guys know, please tell me. I'm not an expert, like I thought I was anyway. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a little floral shop, if I can speak, right up here, right up front. So I felt like this was a nice little touch to do, and also made sure to include a lot of general lighting. I don't want it to feel too dark in here, so no, since it's not to get in the way of the cars over there, I'm just gonna jump through this window. I'm sure nothing's gonna be a problem. Alright, well, which way do I want to go? I guess we'll go this way around, and then we will end on the coasters in the back. I think that's what makes sense to me. So just coming along this way, we still have lots more shops and foliage. I try to make sure I have a nice balance of everything, and then the key thing for me is always to have an equal balance of realism and also, like, cartoony aesthetic, if that makes sense. So, like, you see we have these big, like, cartoony type signs, but then, like, the rides themselves, they're all like realistic, and they have like real life counterparts that I can point out. And I'll make sure to talk about that later, especially with the coasters over there. But yeah, another thing I try to make sure to do is to focus on the sidelines, like right here. Look at the Warf coaster right there. It just gets framed so nicely right there. And even the same thing goes for the wooden coaster right over here, but we'll talk about that in a moment. What I want to do is go on this drop tower. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut lines. Excuse me. You know what? We'll just kind of quickly jump on. And the reason I want to do that is just to give you a nice view of the park, as it is like amazing from all sides. Like you have the lake over here, this way, yeah, the park. And I like how it just captures like all the different coasters right there. Of course we're stopping, but anyway, you get the idea. I wanted to originally put in like an observatory type thing, but I'm like, I don't have enough space for that, so let's just put in one of those and that gets the job done. I feel like anyway. And that's the thing I want to point out, like, is just try to use the space you best you can, but don't overfill it, because if you overfill it, then it's going to feel crammed on purpose. And I'll talk about that more later, like, the general, like, size of the park and stuff. But I think it's generally pretty good overall. Alright, well, I guess it's right here. I want to take you guys and check out Tavern Catastrophe. This was my idea of doing like a tavern, but I'm like, I don't want to waste all this space on like a restaurant or something like that. We've already got a lot of them. So what I did is I turned it into a flat ride. If I can not clip through the wall. But yeah, see, here's a general look at it. So these are like your bar seats like that, and they flip around. It's really cool. It's a simple ride, but I feel like we need this kind of stuff. It's also nice in case of a rainy day. I know I don't like being rained on, so this helped pass some time. And of course, over here, we have one of the other park teasers. This is called Westbrook Pines. This is the first park I ever made. If you guys want me to take a full tour of that, I more than likely will. So yeah. But before we go out, I just want to quickly guys show you around back here. Nothing too fancy, but yeah. It's got like your drink barrels back here, store everything in. Yeah. I think it's really nice, and I'm sure if families are to ride it, they love it too. So before it starts, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys. All right, know what? I'll take you guys over here to the Rodman, as this was what I was trying my best to do to get different variations of like fishing names and stuff like that. Because this park is a fishing town, and I want to make sure to stay true to that the best I can anyway. So, and also try to make sure to give personality to all the signs, because I said, I try to do like a fishing line. I try my best to, but I see that might not be the best. But I like it anyway for first attempt. So. And originally, this is actually the coaster that I wanted to be like its own blueprint. So it was originally supposed to be its own thing. But unfortunately, if I just quickly take a look at this roof here, yeah, see, this building quickly became too much of a problem. So I just unfortunately couldn't do it, but I'm still very proud of it either way. Maybe I could have someday export it as like two different parts, because you can have a maximum up to 4,000 pieces, but I could split it into two. 4,000 pieces to make it to 8, so that makes sense. I don't think I'm rambling too much. Sorry in advance if I ramble too much. That's going to be the me thing you guys deal with, so, but we're going to get through it in good time. But anyway, the train just pulled in, so why not just take a look at the stats right here. They're nothing too crazy or anything like that, aside from the vertical G-force right here. Now, I will say before the train takes off that this is actually based on the real-life, like, gravity group-style wooden coasters, and you'll especially be able to see that with its upside-down-y bit over there. But I'm really excited with how this turned out. Even with its small size, I think it packs a punch. But yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. So let me just go ahead and very quickly hop in, and I'll go from there. Okay, well that is that POV done. Hope you guys enjoy the ride. I know I certainly do. For such a small ride, I'm very happy with how that turned out. Anyway, let me get out here. There we go. Just goes to show you don't need a super gigantic ride to provide a really good ride, because I mean, just look how tiny this thing is. Although, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know how tiny that actually is. You guys can let me know down in the comments. One of the things I do like, I try my best to focus on when I'm doing these parks is like sightlines. Not even just like of the park itself, but like the coasters too. I mean, like, as you can see right here, if I can center my camera and these people get out of the way, you get a really nice shot of this corkscrew right here, and there's the trade right now. And that's something I really try my best to replicate in all my parks, not even just this one. And as we go along and through history, you'll see that too. But yeah, I'm really happy with that, and if I can recenter myself, oh goodness. This is a problem. Alright. Anyway, okay, that's good. We're good. Alright, anyway, let's go down these steps here. And I think I'm going to go to the right because we will use the boat and get around back over here later. So we're going to go down the steps right here into this other little plaza area. I'm starting to realize this park is pretty much just filled with narrow pathways and plazas, and that's about it, which is fine. Gives a nice flow, I think. But anyway, we've got our Ferris wheel over here. It's not too crazy or anything, but I do like the little compass thing right over there I put on it. I try to make it look a little bit different, and I try my best to skid on my flat rides when I can. Not all of them is very easy to, but this one is especially very, because of how big it is. But I think the compass little addition thing on there makes it really nice. Although I cannot remember what this name, Pearly Ellis, stands for. I cannot remember what that is. It's been a couple years since I've built this park, pardon me. Anyway, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and quickly jump over here and go on the geyser right here, as it provides some good views of the park, and it also this observatory right here. It has some backstory that goes along with the rest of the park, so let's just quickly get off on here. Oh, sorry if that causes some lag, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to go... Oh, great, it's starting. But anyway, when this thing is in full swing, you get a really nice view of the entire park, at least I think so. And also you get a nice thrill out of it, so it gets two birds in one stone. That's what I try to do with all my rides too, especially in a confined space like this. Put ones in that not only give you nice vistas, but also provide a good thrill as well. So I think this does both of those pretty well. And you know what? What's the chances this takes forever? Nah, screw it. I don't have enough. I'm trying not to make this video too terribly long because I do got some other things I would like to work on today, but it's completely fine. Oh, there it goes anyway. But anyway, before I guess I go on, I probably should mention the observatory over here. So this observatory is actually used in another park for a flat ride skin of its own. Used for a chairplane or like the swings, if that's however you want to call them. But yeah, and we can surely go over that more in the future. But I just thought I'd like to point it out there. I like my bet. I'm trying really hard to tie all my parks together because I think it makes for fun storylines and stuff like that. I think it's just really cool. So yeah, I like it. It's not over detailed, but not simple either. So gets the job done. Alright. I think what we're going to do now is keep going along here. We've got still two more coasters, with one of them being right over here. And you also, again, get some really nice vistas and viewpoints over here. The coaster right here. Good thing it's not there, though, because they are super loud. We're going to go down here. This little plaza area. I make sure to include plenty of eating and drinking, because you know you get to get bad when that happens, and gotta get all the profits you can. Alright, anyway, the entrance is right here for the Warf, which is like a dockside area kind of thing. And I think this adds a nice eerie element to the whole place, which I think is a very needed change. Because this park doesn't really have a themed area necessarily, because it's all the same, like, cohesive theme. So, yeah. Which I think definitely makes it easier. As I said, it's a bit more of a mini park, but we will be doing parks that do have themed areas and stuff in the near future. But anyway, the train is right in here right now for the Warf, which is an Intamin Blitz. Although this thing has had several different design changes, as it was originally a Gerstler Eurofighter, then an Infinity. I think I may even try to B&M Dive in here at one point. I'll just try my best to get in a coaster that would pack in a lot of in like high speed and stuff like that into such a small space. I mean, it's really not that big. Um, but I'm happy with how this turned out. Although it is a bit janky on the smoothing because Planet Coaster's smoothing tool is not very good. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at pop this open right here. Take a quick look at the stats. Second longest in the park, and it does do its job pretty nicely. Is it in the station? No, it's not in the station. But anyway, I will cut to you when it's ready, and see you in a moment, guys. Okay, it's short and sweet, but to the point. I really like this ride. I really do. You also get a really nice sight line of the Kingfisher coaster right over there. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes. Let's quickly get out of here. Yeah. I love me a good island park because you get good sight lines all around it, and I think it's just the best thing ever. And I really encourage anyone playing either this version or Planet Coaster 2 to do that. But yeah, anyway, we don't have too much more to go yet. And I appreciate you for sticking along with me sticking around with me this long if I can talk, because this is something I'm not really used to. I'm slowly learning how to do things with apps and stuff. Yeah, that's the word. Gotta love it. Yeah, I also try it over here with the style. Also, just include more like ropings and stuff like that. Like it looking more weathered, which honestly I probably should have done that with the whole park, but it was alright. Makes it feel more distinct in certain locations. Alright, so we need to get over there to ride the mega coaster over there. So what I think we're going to do is take the boat around, which is right here. And again, tying with the whole Okay, and that is Kingfisher POV officially done. I hope you guys enjoyed that ride. I certainly did. And I always really enjoy that layout. It has a good mix of airtime and also using turns. I think that's what makes a good layout in any coaster, honestly. Making sure you're changing your directions and always giving your guests a different sense of forces. Granted, with the Morgan Highway coaster, your focus is primarily airtime, and I personally like airtime more than inversion, but maybe that's just me. And also, before we go, there's just also a teaser over here for good old Castaway Cove, another park that this one is a sequel to. And if you guys want to see that, I'll be more than happy to tour it, and I might just do that in the next couple weeks anyway. Alright, but anyway, let's walk over this way. Start focusing on wrapping all this thing up. This has been a really fun tour, and the more I've gotten used to it, I've actually really enjoyed myself here today. It's been really weird talking in front of a mic again all this time, and I hope I've adjusted it to where it's not too unbearable for you. Anyway, this is pretty much Linden. Oh, lag. Save. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is. Oh, come on. This is Lindenburg from the top over here. It's not the biggest park by any means, but it's not necessarily small either. It packs in what it needs to, and I think it does a really good job at just about everything. Granted, that's also coming from my perspective. I'm always willing to learn and try new things, but before we go, I do need to show you guys the nighttime lighting because it is a very different atmosphere, and I think it just makes this whole park feel so much more alive. Now, it might be a little bit strange with the tracer lights underneath it, with like this like Kingfisher over here, but I think it'll help each coaster feel more individual. And also, of course, it just helps to light up the nighttime sky because, like, if we come back to over here, isn't that just awesome? I think it's amazing, and especially like in areas like this where it helps set a different mood because it's supposed to seem like more dark and eerie over here. I think it really helps out. But yeah, this is once again Lindenburg from the top, both day and night. Hope you guys had a good time enjoying all the POVs and stuff. I will be uploading a separate video, like I said, about Kingfisher over here. I think it is like the standout here, but I'll be more than happy to do it for the other two as well. Thank you guys for stopping by today, and I hope we see you guys again very soon. See you in the next video. Bye now.